Well, here we are. Last game of the regular season for the Invitational League. 11 playoff spots decided. One still to be decided in the Meyer division. Winner take all in this race. Winner gets that last spot. We've got a really big race for you to finish this season. I'm JP. I'm joined by Willard J. Bradley. How you doing, Willard?
I am beyond excited, not only because of how important this race is, but due to the fact that the winner of this race gets to tango with us, Team WJPDTB. So this is perfect because there's literally no bias possible here. I'm going to be rooting for both teams and for the Ice Trinex that should show up. That better show up today.
We had Ice Trinex yesterday. I want them to deal with it.
Exactly. Like, we had to deal with it. I want everyone else to deal with it. But at the same time, of course, I want a good, clean fight. I want to see some good plays, some good teamwork, some solid execution, some helicopters, you name it. I'm looking forward to this.
Yes, this will be a big race. Like, as I mentioned, 11 playoff spots have been decided. Those playoff seeds have even been decided. It's just this one. Winner takes the 3 seed in the Meyer division, and the loser is out.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about this is if Double Dippers gets the win, they would actually tie and score with Did You Check Your Boot? But based on tiebreaker rules and stuff, they would win that tiebreaker just based on like aggregate score and other shenanigans behind the scenes stuff. So
yeah, I do want to count it. Like, Did You Check Your Boot just has to get a tie if that absolutely happens.
All right, 10 arrows to start. It's $20 in sank. Now, these two teams have met up with each other quite a bit. They actually ended up facing off each other in the very last week of the regular season of the last season of League, as well as ended up facing off against each other in the first round of the playoffs, where it went down to a game 5. So it's been they should know each other pretty well by this point.
I think that series last season even went beyond a game 5, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, they had like a tie or something and had to do one over. So now I do believe there was one substitute player-wise. I believe T-Stew is newer to this to the team, to the Double Dippers, replacing Swagalicious. So
T-Stew's a very good addition, though he's not racing here today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Another part of the rules is that each player in the team needs to play at least 5 matches. And Ed, down here on Double Dippers, has only played 4 up to this point. So this is their 5th game, which is why we're not seeing someone like T-Stew, who I would argue would be probably like, a really good addition to their team playing right now.
We got lag in the Lost Woods.
Oh yeah, this is Randomizer. Oh, we got a bottle.
Bottles are important. You want potions.
Yeah.
It looks like Ed had already picked that one up.
Safeties are very huge in this mode. You never know what you're going to run into, whether it's a tough boss that requires a lot of magic that you don't have, or just, a bunch of stupid scenarios where you're forced to take damage. There's a cape in the back of the well as well. And some bombs to bail you out from having to go buy bombs. So, good on Ed down here.
Gonna get a peek at the race game from Werf and Moogle at the same time. Just some arrows.
Yeah, we also did get our first heart container here in the back of the well, so Ed will very much likely be relaying that information to his teammate. There's another look at the map that is a pendant Tower of Hera with 2 crystals in the light world, which means 2 pendants in the dark world, which could make for some interesting routing and, potential go mode differences in go mode later on. You never know if you get like the double pendant Meyer and T-Rock and don't need Kane, stuff like that.
There's a glove in the back of the tavern. And I think this is the last check we got on coming from Tam. Yeah, beyond that glove, CAC's been pretty empty.
Yeah, that glove doesn't really do too much for us right now other than to get us into the back of Escape. It does also put Zora in logic, and once we find a lamp, we can go up the mountain. It is, of course, one of the pieces of the puzzle that we need to get to the Dark World. So, still very important, obviously.
Kind of a surprising start seeing all 4 runners in CAC. It makes sense to an extent because you're usually going to find something in CAC, but I thought I'd see a little bit more divergence to start.
Yeah, it seemed like both teams had, one player come from the south and one come from the north, or something more along those lines.
Pretty much.
Dividing Kakariko in half. So that leaves, we still have all of Hyrule. We didn't see any uncle routes at the beginning, did we?
We did.
We did?
We did see a couple uncles.
Okay.
At least one. We still have South Shore. We still have Eastern, which you could do quite a bit in, though you might not want to. Oh yeah, I don't think we've seen Sick Kid. Okay, it was just a piece of art.
Right, well, we are going to see our back of escape from werfjig's side. There are 3 items along here, and we're not going to see the Dark Cross at all. Not without a weapon, without a light. It's a laggy room. A lot of things.
But a key, a heart piece, and 20 rupees.
Okay, well, that is interesting. There is still a chance that that map of Hyrule Castle could be in that Dark Cross and therefore not going to be checked by other teams. But we'll have to wait and see. All right, we're getting our first look at South Shore. We got the dam up on Tam's side. So yeah, the two players in Digicheck or Boot are kind of just tagging along, just kind of going the same route.
We might see a little bit of a divergence here as Werf is heading towards Mini Moldworm Cave as Tam finishes the dam. Tam might head left from here to go to Egina.
Yeah, Mini Moldworm Cave is kind of frustrating with only bombs, depending on what enemies are in here. And it's these Babusus. I just learned that yesterday.
Only 10 arrows in the flooded part of the dam, and yep, Tam's going to Egina.
You kind of gotta get the right timing on these to make sure you hit them. I believe you can still hit them even if they're not visibly on screen. Kind of like you can hit them with a hook shot or an arrow or a sword beam as well. Speaking of arrow, there is the bow.
There's a good weapon to start with. And a moon pearl. And there's the mitts on Desert Ledge.
Gonna need to find that. Yeah, gonna need to find that book. That book is 100% required at this point.
Werfjig heading towards Ice Rod Cave. This can be a very dangerous path in Randomizer. mooglecharm giving us new checks in the back of Saha.
It's like a whole lot of nothing on both sides.
Neither old man had anything interesting.
All right, well, at this point, we have the front of Eastern, the front of Hyrule Castle. We're about to see Ice Rod Cave, and then, of course, there's always that Zora sitting there waiting.
Werfjig's not interested in that. Looks like Tam's going to go pick up that bow and Moon Pearl. mooglecharm's probably going to be a little disappointed to find out about the bow, just because of the weapon. He'd like to have a weapon coming in here. Not that the bow is required for Eastern in this C type.
Yeah, it's still better than nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
You also almost wish you had it to deal with these enemies right here. Actually, it'd be great if you had that bee. I kind of hope mooglecharm doesn't find a weapon so that they can use the bee to deal with the enemies in that room. That'd be funny.
Both Tam and Ed make it through the room. They'll get their bow and Moon Pearl.
Be key in the first chest of Eastern Palace, which is kind of nice. This is a crystal dungeon, so getting that big key early means we don't have to worry about going to the back. Heading straight left?
Heading straight left. Interesting.
What? Okay.
Hope that wasn't just a mental mistake.
I can only assume. I have no idea why you would route this way otherwise. Oh, I didn't even notice that we had bombs at the bush crabs. That's really nice. Oh, and I believe that was a full magic drop from the final drop from the bush crab as well.
So werfjig is in Hyrule Castle. Found the map, so Dark Cross has an item.
GP, what was on Lake Hylia? Hey, look, there's the book.
I completely missed those.
It was the boots. There they are.
So those are mirror and flipper locked.
Mm-hmm. And we also did get the book out of Eastern, which gives us our Titan mitts, but Double Dippers aren't aware of that yet. They don't know that they have their Dark World access already available to them now.
And I missed what Worf grabbed in that chest, but he left. That's an interesting play. He might not have had enough ammo. No, he had a bomb. He could have taken out that Hinox.
Oh, and mooglecharm taking the death in the dark room. I am still very curious about skipping that second chest here in Eastern, so maybe we'll see.
So he's going right back in, so he might have remembered it.
Oh, wow. Ed going for the biggest gamble. Fake flippering in an Randomizer.
Check correct me, that was a Gibdo. Okay, so yeah, Worf could not take that enemy out with his current ammo.
Okay, Ed now getting the boots hint for his team, so now all players will know about that boot location. Yeah, you need to find those flippers and need to find that mirror in order to get those. I wonder how many arrows it takes to kill a Gibdo.
Might be. Is it 8? It's either 8 or 16. I'm guessing 8.
That's kind of the risky runabout, going to these kill all enemy rooms early in a seed when you don't have.
Oh, it's infinite arrows. Arrows don't damage Gibdos.
Ah. Well then, what is the plan here? Well, there goes the rest of Worf's bombs. And then
he just left the room. He had to leave the room because it locked on him. But he doesn't need that Dark Cross key, so he's just going to leave that Gibdo alone and go through this.
But why did he kill the red berry? I don't understand.
That I can't answer.
All right, waterfall check, just bombs and a heart piece, and 2 Igors guarding the Zelda cell chest. Let's see what we got.
Just arrows. So we gotta leave an item behind in Dark Cross, unfortunately. Zora is coming up here. So it is looking like that mitt at Desert is gonna be our next piece of progression that gives us Dark World access.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, Moogle. Ouch.
Yeah, those things hurt. I mean, and they do, with green mail, they do 2 hearts of damage, so that's not the enemy you want to get hit and then knocked on a hole.
Tam's got that book, and he has the knowledge of what's on Desert Ledge.
Yeah, that is currently a bit of the advantage for Did You Check Your Boot? That Mitt's knowledge on Desert Ledge. So it's going to come down to when when mooglecharm or Ed decides to head towards Desert to see that. So
I'm thinking that's mooglecharm's next play, but he wants that bow and moon pearl first.
Mm-hmm, for sure. I'm wondering when the heck we're going to get a sword.
Could be a while with Dark World access.
The bee! This thing I talked about. Yay! Now the only shame is not having a bug net so you can recatch it and then use it again later or sell it for 100 rupees.
Alright, so Tam is heading into Desert. He knows the mitts are there, but we also have some other chests he can check in Desert. Moogle thinking for a minute here.
Probably rechecking with Ed to see if there was anything over in the flipper lock locations. I don't recall if Ed actually did check Hobo or not, or if it was just check the Lake Hylia and then go for the waterfall. But yeah, looks like this is a trip to Desert. I mean, we're kind of running out of stuff.
We're boots locked in Desert, so that mirror and those flippers are definitely required.
And I'm getting confirmation that there was Hobo was checked. It was apparently only a single rupee. So that does basically leaves Zora or Desert Agana left for this team over here.
I gotta say, that's kind of rude. You took the hobo's last rupee?
Maybe he had more. He just only wanted to give you one.
Okay, I hope that's the case.
All right, well, we are finally heading into the Dark World over on Team Did You Check Your Boots side. With the mitts in hand, the only way you can go is through Village of Outcasts, so that is where we're heading off to next. And now it really comes down to, well, where do you go from there? Do you dip Skull Woods? Do you go south through Village of Outcasts down to Hype Cave? Be curious to see what they do. What would you do, JP?
Well, I think I would take the advice of my teammate who always talks about how you should clear the overworld in Randomizer.
Overworld is good. I agree. One thing for sure is that, diving dungeons is good. If you can get to the boss quickly, I think it's worth it. Like, Thieves Town is a really quick boss to get to in Boss Shuffle. But yeah, until we get more weapons that we can use to kill all the bosses, I would say Overworld is probably a little bit more favored at this point.
Yeah, I'd agree. Go for Overworld and get as much as you can, especially since dungeon clearing is going to be very iffy right now. But there's a sword that makes it a little bit nicer to try to clear dungeons. So with the sword, you can technically clear 7 of the 10 bosses, though they're not all pleasant clears.
7 out of 10? Where'd you get that number?
Well, we could go through the bosses one by one if you want, but we got a map check.
That's okay. We don't have to do that.
So we got red crystals at Skull Woods and Thieves Town, and our pendants are Pod and Turtle Rock. Did not catch which one was green.
Green pendant was at Palace of Darkness. Oh, so that means we don't need Ice Rod, right, JP?
Not necessarily. Okay, one of my teams is challenging me in chat. So with sword only, you can kill Armos, Landmolas, Moldorm. Helmasaur, though, you do need bombs. Mothula, Blind, and Vitreous.
Is the pedestal a boss?
Some people think it is.
Is a bush pterodactyl a boss?
It can be.
Okay. Is 2 Igors blocking a chest a boss?
Yeah, answer to your question. You can damage a video with the fighter sword, but you have to use spins.
Alright, werfjig getting their sword as well. So, yeah, going for the front of Thieves. werfjig might be heading north to dip into Skull Woods at this point. Maybe taking that cape up to Bumper Ledge as well.
We did find that cape in Keck, which is a nice safety regardless. So I think we got 2 items in the front of Thieves Town. There's still 2 in the back.
Yeah, and I like this play. Even though, I mean, there are, 20 out of 10 bosses that you can kill? I don't know, JP was giving us the numbers.
Hey, there's a hook shot that will give us an extra boss kill.
Dang it. I still think it's good to go see what this is, just so you have that info.
And if you get lucky and it's Armos Knights, it's an easy kill with what you got.
That's true. Tam's got to be careful, down to 3 hearts and still only green mail. What do we got? It's... Hey!
You need the boss, you need the item that Werf just found.
Perfect. It seems to be happening a lot. Your teammate gets the item that you need for the boss you just found.
Now, the question is, will they go back in to try to take out that Argus? You can, but is it worth the time?
I don't know. It's a tough call. I think if there was something else in the front of Thieves, then I could see maybe werfjig going for it while Tam moves on. I still think just focus on Overworld. That's one of the interesting things about Boss Shuffle and, well, Randomizer in general, but especially for Boss Shuffle, it just changes so much about Thieves Town now, just how you route it, because most players will just go for the boss and then never come back if they can.
Over on the other side, Mooglecharm is going through Thieves Town, going to shortly get the information about that Argus, most likely. While eddaump is going to desert to get his mitts.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it was just the front of Hyrule Castle check that put Ed pretty behind in getting into the Dark World, and then of course getting locked into the Boomerang chest room without a way to kill the Gibdo. But it's still very early. Obviously, we're not even 20 minutes in. Oh, jeez! All right, that was. Either you're gonna get hit by that antifier, or you're gonna get grabbed by that Wall Master.
That is not a pleasant room.
Yeah, I don't think antifairies should be allowed to spawn in here because they can get caught up in the top section and then. What the heck?
So I apologize if I pronounced Ed's name wrong there.
I think Werf tried to hookshot the red guard, but I think it hit the Wall Master instead, which is why it clinked and he died. This is horrible.
Yeah, this is a... And that the anti-fairy wants to get into that little gap.
Yeah,
Tam is good.
And yeah, now the anti-fairy lives there, so good luck.
Meanwhile, Tam is taking on Argus as Mooglecharm decides to focus on Overworld. Unfortunately, did not hit.
No. Oh. So once again, hookshot not doing what Werf wanted. You can't hookshot that pot because there's a bunny beam underneath it. Yeah, that's just a weird rule of this game.
Werf is given up. Mooglecharm did not go north, so does not have the knowledge on that hookshot.
Going for Smith Chain early. Smith Chain is kind of a rough one to go for when you don't have the mirror or flute. But yeah, at this point, I don't know. What else are you gonna do? Might as well take him for a walk down to Hype Cave.
Tam slow and steady on Argus. Well, half magic on Stumpy, very nice.
Yeah, that's a really nice find. Well, shield was one of our items in Skullwoods, I just saw it. Spin to win! Argus goes down, Tam gets
Silvers! Okay, that's a nice pickup.
Yeah, go beat that boss, 100%. Silvers this early is pretty nice. Heck, I'd even, if it weren't for the fact that you still needed money for Zora, I'd consider getting a arrow upgrade too.
And we got Hype Cave. Starts us with 300 rupees, which is a nice little pickup there. And
there it is. And the flute. And the powder.
Okay, open every... Mooglecharm's message to Ed, go to Hype Cave, open everything.
Touch all the things. Well, that's good. That's really good. That's a good find. We like those items. Those items are great. We can check Magic Bat as we turn in the Smith. Knock those two checks out of the way. We can do Hammer Pigs while we get the purple chest. We can full clear Thieves Town now. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is I could see both Werf and Tam. I mean, there is one item left behind in Thieves Town now at this point, but I could see them just never going back for it. And if it ends up being something important, that could be a bit of a game changer here.
Well, Ed is going to try to get beyond the Sansi Fairy. Got a little magic with the cape.
Nice. Nice. Less nice. Red potion. Oh gosh, I thought he was going to get pushed back into the Wall Master.
He is just getting bullied.
I can't even see where he is because he's like almost the same color as the floor.
Okay, he's got the worst out of it. He's got to watch out for the Wall Master.
Just grab the chest. Okay, jeez. Smokey. Hooray.
And he's going to grab the full magic before leaving.
Yeah, this is a heads-up play grabbing this full magic right here. And fortunately, killing most of the enemies in the previous room means that it's not going to get despawned, because sometimes there could be a sprite overload there, and most of the and some of the magic's gone now. But
New check on mooglecharm's side. Got the magic bat.
oh, you know what that means? On mooglecharm's side, we'll get to see maybe some hammer Argus. Ooh, single rupee. Ooh.
So the big thing for double dippers is they still don't have the hookshot knowledge.
Mm-hmm. And hookshot is a huge item in Randomizer, just because there's several enemies that you can one-shot with the hookshot, and just being able to stun enemies is really nice. And it's also required. 3 things.
Moogle is actually going to check the mire area. Could see what the mire medallion is, but we can't go in.
We don't know. We still don't know. It's ether. Okay. Where did Werf get Quake? Where's that? Where was that at? I missed that.
Maybe our tracker can tell us?
Bumper room a skull. Okay. Thank you, Will. One of our fine trackers today. And Rambler, thank you as well. Thank you. So that's both items out of skull. We're done here. That's good to know. We'll have to come back later when we get a fire rod.
Mooglecharm's gonna take that hammer. This could be a pod play. Pendant pod.
Pendant pod in the dark. I don't know about that. Well, I mean, let's think about this. What are some of our options right now?
Well, Ed's about to find the hookshot.
That's good. Yeah, because we have access to all of East Death Mountain. And Hera with the hammer, so...
We do. And that's where Tam's going.
Yeah, and this hookshot is a really good find.
But Mooglecharm's gonna stick to the pod play.
Yeah, you're already here, you might as well. It is a pendant, so you don't need to beat it. You just need to be able to get all the items out of it, which...
And it's still a dense check, potentially. It's not as dense without lamp or the fire rod, but you can still find something good in here.
Ed grabbing his hook shot. And then where to next?
They do know that there's an Argus in Thieves' Town. What did...
I think Ed's gonna make the route down to Hype Cave to get that hammer for sure. Alright, Paradox Cave coming up. That's a 7 checks right here, and then we have a lot of checks up on Death Mountain, so keep an eye on that screen at the top left. You do that, JP. I'm gonna look at pod.
Alright, we got a bottle and bombs to start. And then meanwhile, we got 5 items in the Paradox 5. Red rupee boomerang. There's the lamp.
Oh, that is such a nice find. And another heart container, bringing Tam up to 6. That lamp is huge, though. That is also our first fire source.
That also means that Moogle will not be finding it here.
No. Which means this is going to be a bit of a rough pod.
Tam finds... There's our ether medallion. Another... Oh! He did not want to take that death. That hurts.
Yeah, I highly recommend not trying to walk by a Hinox ever. That's a dangerous gamble. Yep, I like this. Switch into the bow to take care of these enemies. Don't have to wait. I mean, this could be one of those seeds that likes to put the mirror up in Tower of Hera, so that there's only one way to get to it and get up there. Okay, that is one of our non-small keys in the front. Did we get... No.
I think we got 5 smalls in the front.
Yeah, we had to have then. I'm curious to see where Ed's gonna go. I would assume with that hookshot in hand, probably up to Death Mountain.
Yeah, unfortunately, that'll isolate those. Well, not isolate necessarily, but it'll put those silvers away from them for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. But I think we're still at a point where we're not really ready to be fighting bosses anyway. And you never know which enemies you're gonna get. You might not even get an enemy that you can kill with the silver.
Ed is gonna go for Old Man. Tam and werfjig did not go for this.
Oh,
okay, there's another sword.
You hate to see that. I mean, the thing is, Ed's fine. He has a cape, so he can get through this. No problem.
But this Old Man keep usually isn't that bad because a lot of enemies just get stuck in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
There was Burna on mooglecharm's side. And a heart container.
I don't know what we got in the front. Oh no, we only got a compass in the front, so there's still 3 more items left in this dungeon, I think. Alright, moment of truth. I'm not gonna hammer jump, don't really... I don't know how to do Dark Maze from the top. In this situation, if I was to do this room, I would still do the hammer jump. Just because I don't know the other way, but looks like mooglecharm knows what they're doing. And it looks like there's
That's a fire rod.
Fire Rod and Palace of Darkness. That's huge. And we also see on Werf's side that Quake, the medallion we got out of Skullwoods, is the medallion we need for Pendant T Rock. So, obviously without a Samaria, we're not going in there. Ooh, gotta be careful. Wow, actually makes it by. Those things do 4 hearts of damage with the green mail, so...
So one more check for Moogle here. Just rubies. That fire rod is good knowledge.
Yeah, that does mean that there is an item on the boss, which is double bad, or probably actually better because it is also green pendant. So if you were to go back and get it, you'd at least get 2 items out of the process.
That's potentially something Ed could do when he goes to pick up his fire rod.
Yeah, Ed now picking up the lamp as well, so we'll have a little bit easier of a time in those dark rooms. Tam gets the Hera pot with the bomb setup, despite the Beamos trying to shoot him away. Almost gets Wall Mastered falling down. Yikes.
I think that's our first item out of... That might be our first item out... Yeah, I think that's our first item out of Hera.
Mm-hmm.
So what boss do we get in Hera?
Come on, Cold Stare. Oh,
Not Cold Stare.
Mothula.
Mothula, yeah.
That's an easy one. Oh wow, mooglecharm taking that fire rod immediately to Skullwoods. That's gonna be a tough fight, whatever's there, no matter what.
werfjig giving us a check of Spike Cave. Oh, we got both items out of Hera.
Gain a Samaria in Spike Cave. That is a huge win.
Nice.
I mean, you gotta be thinking about that when you see half magic and cape already. That's a tough spot. It's an easy one to put off. I think it's less likely to be put off in co-op though, but like single player, for sure. That's usually one of those last checks you do.
Not sure why Ed's going for this. Or mooglecharm's going for this. I thought Ed went for this. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
No, he did. because I remember he used his red potion. So.
Oh, he just wants the magic.
We did also see both items out of Tower of Hera. Heart piece and a heart container off of the boss. We'll see that as well on Ed's side here shortly.
Werfjig heading to pod, so he's gonna get that fire rod.
I don't know. I don't know what mooglecharm's doing. I don't think they even picked up the Quake out of the back.
They didn't. They don't have knowledge
the
of Turtle
front.
Rock yet.
Yeah.
Maybe they wanted magic to get the hook shot, but there's magic pots in this cave.
Yeah, I don't know. Something we'll have to ask them during the interview. All right, well, with Lamp in hand, we'll have a much easier time here in pod. We might actually see the entirety of Palace of Darkness, including the boss. So. Now, of course, we're still missing a key item in order to beat the remaining bosses, that Ice Rod, in case the Trinix does show up. And
there is a chance we don't need it, but
true.
You don't really want to take that risk.
Yeah.
If you have everything else for Go mode, yeah, you do that, but not if you don't have everything for Go mode. We need at least 2 more items. We need the flippers and the mirror. And technically the boots as well, but we know where the boots are. We also know where sword is, but we need another sword to get it.
Don't we need Ether? We know where Ether is, don't we?
Yeah, we know where Ether is. It's on
Floating Island.
Floating Island, yeah.
So yeah, we need that mirror to get there. Yeah. Okay. I got it. I'm getting it. Now, the one thing I'm worried about is I wonder if Ed will also do Spike Cave with this routing. Okay, so yeah, it looks like it was a get magic to go get the hook shot to come back to Skull. Well, we are going to see the boss of this dungeon, so that's exciting.
Well, the good news is that whatever ends up being down here, Moogle will be able to kill, because the only boss that can't be in this next arena is a Trinix. And we know that, since there can't be Trinix here, any other boss is killable.
God, I can't imagine fighting like a Vitreous here. With this loadout? I don't think so.
Vitreous wouldn't be Vitreous wouldn't be bad for the did you check your boots? It will be bad for double tippers if that happens.
No silvers, yeah. Well, that's a rude roller here in Super Bunny on Ed's side. Nice heart container, though. Ooh, we gonna see catfish? That's exciting. I don't think we've seen that yet. We haven't seen catfish or Zora. Yeah.
Moogle, you missed a.
Yeah, Fire Rod stinks. If you stand too close and shoot facing right to the left of it, it just passes right over it like it doesn't exist. That's like the second time in Skull Woods we've had a red guard and a thief just like like working together to dunk. It was rough.
By the way, blue rubies are a stun prize.
Are they?
Yep, mooglecharm just got one after a stun. Oh, cold stare.
Ooh.
Well, this isn't terrible. You got half magic to break the shell, and the spikes will damage cold stare.
Yeah, but you gotta maybe if you had a master sword that would help. This is terrifying.
Yeah, it's still a terrifying fight.
Did Moogle already use their red potion?
Nope.
Oh, they didn't. All right. Good. And we are seeing Spike Cave from Ed's side, so that's good. They're not going to be missing out on that King of Samaria.
Completely missed what was on Catfish, but I'm guessing it wasn't anything big.
300 rupees.
Okay, a big rupee hoard, but that's it. Oh, man, Moogle, that was a nice dodge.
Nice, one more to go. much. Didn't even need that potion. Well done. Alright. Oh, that's a rude boss. But, mooglecharm, first crystal for them.
Orf finds the fire rod, relays that information to Tam, and Tam's off to Pod. Now we'll have to see if Worf goes for the boss.
I'm assuming, with one item being there, we'll probably see the same from Ed as well. Because I mean, right now, what are our options? What do we have left?
I don't know if we got all 3 items in Eastern. You can
They
go
did.
back for
I'm pretty
that.
sure they did.
Okay. Yeah, you can't advance in deserts. You can't get into swamp. You could go for Ice Palace. I mean, you have to sequence break it, but you could do it.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, we do have access into Turtle Rock.
Oh, you're right. Oh, and since there's no Trinix there, you could do all of it, potentially. Potentially no Trinix, sorry. I don't know.
It would be a little messy because you don't have a mirror to check Mimic Cave, but Turtle Rock could be the play.
It'd be a good place to put a mirror. Just saying. I believe there is still also one item in the back of Thieves. But
That's right, there is an item in the back of Thieves.
that is a rough play. It doesn't seem like Ed has successfully given mooglecharm the Quake information. Checking all the wrong chests here. Yeah, I believe it was in Pinball Room. Alright, well, I'm looking forward to seeing what the heck is at the end of this Palace of Darkness.
Did either runner give us a pedestal check?
No, I don't think so.
Because that is in logic, potentially.
What? No. What?
Yeah, I just looked to our pendants. Because
Are
we
you
don't
saying-
need because we don't need Ice Rod for Turtle Rock, it is a possibility.
Saying the mirror is going to be on the pedestal.
Might not be the mirror, it could be the flippers.
I guess. Maybe it's our second sword, so we can get a third sword off of Ether. Oh, Tam's saving and quitting with that fire rod. Interesting.
I mean, it makes some sense, because you don't want to send both here in case it's nothing.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of unfortunate timing that it worked out this way. It would have been better if, like, Tam was just getting the fire rod as Worf was getting this info, and it's Trinix. So.
Hello, Trinix. Okay, never mind. Let's not play it.
Your save and quit was worth it. You can always tell, because you see that little light cone thing you show up during the screen transition. Trinix kind of messes up the screen a little bit. Okay, it's fine. It's okay. There can be 2 Trinix in a scene. Ice Trinix could live on. It's still possible.
Mooglecharm's heading to the back of Thieves Town. Is he gonna just go straight to the boss, or is he gonna check the rest of the back?
Straight to the boss. Gonna get them silvers, which is nice.
So the next question... Wait.
Just kidding?
Just kidding. He's going to the back.
Did you really just walk up there to get 1 heart and then lose 4 hearts? I'm sorry for laughing, but that is just really funny.
The good news is there are still some. There's usually still some anti-fairies in Thieves Town. He's got some powder.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, this seed has been kind of rough for safeties. Well, I mean, we have half magic and cape, but I mean, like, no armor upgrades. We have a sword on the ether tablet. We do have 2 bottles, and flute to get potions quickly.
I'll say if you're rooting for double dippers, you want something in the back of Thieves Town, because if there's something important in the back of Thieves Town, Tam and werfjig are probably not finding it for a while.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming this is Tam's play into T-Rock now. Can't see what else he'd be up here for. Oh, don't bomb the thing. The muscle memory.
Just hammer it. Okay, that's the other item.
All right. Back of Thieves is not the play. I don't blame mooglecharm because Randomizer is so frustrating a lot of the times that you're just kind of like, I'm just gonna wail on you until you die. But at the same time, quick swap is like one button away from getting your arrows out. Okay, well, we're getting some new information on... Oh, and Ed's up here as well, so... We're going to be heading into T-Rock roughly at the same time. That's awesome. Oh my goodness.
That's mean.
I mean, you know what else is unfortunate is that mooglecharm is going to check all of this, despite the fact that these two items are not the last item. I'm pretty sure. If we did get two items in the front.
Yeah, they had the big key in the map in the front, so...
Okay. 3 chain chomps. That Hinox was ready! Well, this is either the small key or the compass. Yeah, this is unfortunate, just adding extra time. I feel like it would have been better just to go ahead and do the boss, and then you only know that there's one item left, so you could have bailed without having to do all this extra stuff. I mean, hindsight, that would have been the better thing, but I feel like just in... There's the mirror!
There's the mirror. Now, do you leave, or do you keep going?
Oh, I think you'd... Actually, that's a tough... Well, I think in a 1v1, you leave. In a co-op, you keep going, 100%.
And Ed taking the death warp after getting the mirror.
Or you leave and your teammate checks more in here. Also, let's take a look at werfjig's side. I think just cracking open that... Yep. All right, into phase 2. Has plenty of health. Okay, no more fire rod shots. Gotta be extra careful here. There goes one puff. I'm loving all this low percent stuff. I mean, it's not really low percent, but like fighter sword, green armor. Ooh, that was not
anything. Okay, he's fine.
I was waiting for that last icicle to drop on his head. All right, good.
Ham and Ed are both continuing through Turtle Rock.
And I like the utilization of the hook spin. I want more double hook spins, hooking 2 puffs. There's the ice. Vanilla ice run. Okay, well, aside from having a better sword, we can now beat all the bosses. So that's good. And that's, yeah, and the fact that both teams are getting that info right now is huge, so. I like this use of the charge your fighter sword and then use the hammer, because if you try and do that with other swords, you accidentally poke Argus, and then you can't actually hit him with the weapon you want to, but since the fighter sword slashes and pokes don't do any damage to Argus, then you're safe to do this without any worry of messing it up.
This is... okay.
Waiting for that spike to pass.
I think he's waiting for Bunny Beam to wear off.
Waiting for the spike to...
Here's something else that Do Check a Boot has not checked. That is hammer pegs. And there's the flippers.
Flippers and Mimic Cave.
That's
go mode?
That is go
sword
mode.
mode. Oh, we can,
it's sword, you're right.
We can get the boots now. That's huge.
We still need a sword, though. Yeah, you are correct on that.
And unfortunately, one of our swords is on the ether tablet. So,
somewhat unfortunate, somewhat not.
I mean,
because you would get tempered.
If
The only way it's kind of bad is
depending on where the third sword is, though.
Yeah, it is kind of bad if, say, it ends up at the top of GT.
Yeah, the interesting thing is if you get a sword upgrade in, like, GT Basement, do you leave, go get Tempered Sword, and then go upstairs?
Absolutely. If you assuming you have a big key, yeah, you go grab the Tempered Sword and then you go upstairs.
I don't know. That seems kind of slow. But I'll agree. Or at least I'll listen. I'll listen to what you're saying, JP. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Alright, so we're in sword go mode. We just need to find a sword. We know where one is. We can't get it, because we need a sword. The heck was that? Did Moogle go back just to hookshot the Tektite for no damage? Yeah, because I don't think you can stun Tektites with a hookshot.
So now the one thing about routing here is, okay, Moogle fluting away. That
Oh, needs Kane first. That's why. Oh, this is going to be a little tough. Laser Bridge. Not really enough magic to use your cape, so I have to walk through it, which is doable. And as you can see, Tam is doing it.
I think in Tam's case, he kind of just, you want to kill the boss at this point because you need to get ether from floating islands, and the easiest way to get back to the top of Death Mountain at this point is to kill the Turtle Rock boss.
True. Right. I mean, we could have a vanilla Master Sword. Who knows? We could. Think about it.
You know, Ed took a death working his way back. So whatever boss is back here, we can kill. And it's our second Argus.
Dude, imagine having to do both Arguses with stupid fighter sword. That's not frustrating.
That is our first boss repeat as well.
I don't know, the way this is playing out, especially... Well, actually, no. I think in this scenario, Go Mode Sword is probably a pretty okay scenario. Because you are 100%, if you get it before GT, then you get to get a Tempered Sword no matter what. Like, that's really nice.
Oh, Ed takes a death on Laser Bridge.
That's another walk back. I mean, there wasn't anything on Laser Bridge or at Trinet, or the TR boss, but... Ooh, gonna save and quit.
That's not gonna cost them.
Yeah, still needs that ether.
Yeah,
but...
except for the walk back to get ether.
Yeah, I feel like you would just step outside on the ledge, mirror, drop down, go back up through Super Bunny. But... I can also see taking 2 deaths here in T-Rock. It's really easy to get frustrated and make a decision out of, frustration, so...
Well, looking at our crystal counts, did you check your boot has the advantage in the crystal count department with 2 or 3 total crystals versus Double Dipper's 1. So they've definitely got a bit of an advantage right now.
I'm assuming Moogle picked up that lamp, right?
I'd hope so.
Oh, that's true. Moogle did complete Thieves Town, so 3-2.
And Tam going straight for the boots.
Huh. I didn't see a lamp.
Oh, maybe he did get it. Which is really surprising in anime. I could, in a normal seed, I'd agree. Don't get it. But Randomizer, you want the lamp.
Might get it after this. After grabbing ether, drop down and grab it. All right, JP, where do you think that sword's gonna be? It could be so many. There's always a sword in swamps, so it's probably there.
Well, if you're these runners, what are you thinking for your sword checks? Like, that's the other thing. You have everything you need to get to GT. How much do you rush?
Yeah, that's the rough part about all this. I think it'd be different if we didn't know that there was a sword on Ether. If there were still 2 swords currently available in the pool, I think it'd be different. I think you would kind of go mode-ish all the remaining dungeons and then just hope you find a sword in GT. But because there is one on Ether Tablet locked by a sword, I think you got to play a little bit safer, which is why I agree with Tam finishing the rest of T-Rock. I mean, that would have been go mode right there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends on if you feel like if you're ahead or behind.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel like you're ahead, you definitely want to be as thorough as possible. But if you feel like you're behind, you probably just need to rush GT.
I mean, at this point, you know, you're 55 minutes in, and you only have 2 crystals completed. 2 crystal dungeons completed between you and your teammate. You gotta be feeling behind.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit.
Here's another new check on Tam's side. Does Zora have a sword?
I'm just gonna sit here and hold her breath until a sword shows up. Bugnet.
Well, you
That's
can.
nice.
You can hit magic balls with that.
You can powder fairies and capture them.
Which Randomizer is actually really a nice use of it.
So I'd say right now, we have three players on screen with their boots in hand. Moogle, well, I wonder if Moogle's going to finish all of TR, or just grab Ice Rod and Flippers and bail. But at this point, I got to give Did You Check Your Boot the advantage, just because, I mean, they both have boots, so obviously they're in the lead. That's how that works. It checks out.
Does Double Dippers have to double dip dungeons to have the advantage?
Is this the whole you only win if you do the thing that you do the thing of your namesake? Is that
potentially? Though I have no idea what we'd need to do to win our matches then.
Say a bunch of letters. You know what? If you're gonna freeze enemies, I feel like you got to get that hammer out there and do some smashing.
Yeah, just grab the hammer there.
Oh, we're seeing it on Tam's side. You get some good drops from these too, usually. Like, look at that. That's all like the best. That's all the best drops. What the heck? That might just be coincidental, but
I think the enemy pack or the prize pack that drops with when you hit an enemy with that's frozen, there is a prize pack it pulls from, but it's different than the prize pack the enemy naturally has.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in vanilla, it's like the magic prize pack.
Gotcha. Okay, Moogle is bailing. So, gonna save some time, not finishing out the rest of T-Rock, assuming there isn't a sword on the pedestal. Which, I can't imagine that happening.
Even if there's a sword on the pedestal, there's still one more out there. And no, we're not gonna get Chat's dream here, so let's not even talk about that.
Alright, there's 4 swords. I'm sorry. I've been talking like a dummy lately.
You might have been thinking... No, that wasn't our race yesterday. There was a race, one of our races yesterday. I think it was mine DT race, that had a sword on Lumberjack.
Okay. 2 swords in GT.
Werfjig's in Swamp as Tam's going through ice.
And there it is! There's our Master Sword in our Go Mode first item chest of Swamp Palace.
Alright, yeah, now that's full go mode, and Tam knows it. He didn't check the free sword.
Yeah, and at this point, there's really nothing you could possibly want at this point. You're going to have Tempered Sword. I mean, they'll probably route up to Death Mountain from the portal outside Hera just to get Tempered before heading into GT, so...
Moogle's going to find that second sword very shortly. So both teams are going to have their go mode knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
At depth after that, it's going to be a dungeon rush.
Yeah, it's all about execution.
Which is definitely still important. These runners, as we find Blind in Ice Palace, these runners are going to be on green mail at least for a little bit.
Yep.
But so execution is going to be very important going down the line.
Execution, resource management, and hoping that the bosses aren't jerks. Because we could still get an Ice Trinex with a big key behind it. This race isn't over yet.
Yeah, werfjig is not interested in checking chests because he knows where his temper is.
Yeah, and I mean, even getting a gold sword wouldn't really be worth it in the end.
It's actually interesting. He skipped the 2 chests in the Flutter Room, but then checked that one.
I don't know.
Mooglecharm has his Master Sword, so Double Dippers are now in go mode as well.
The only thing is now I don't know when Moogle's ever gonna get that lamp, so I guess you don't really need it if you can just cape through the dark rooms in like Meyer.
Well, Ed has to play a little safe here, down to 1 heart, but has a cape with near full magic. Find a mold. That's a normal Moldorm. We didn't get an endomized Moldorm.
Get out of here, Molder. Yeah, I mean, right now the only difference is if you found Tempered Sword early, before even getting back up to the mountain, and then could save some time killing some bosses that way.
That's Ed's first crystal in an hour. Yeah, I mean, Did You Check Your Boot definitely has the advantage, but we'll see how this goes.
Yep. 5 crystals to 3. It's a pretty big advantage, I'd say. Now, the Thieves Town boss is quick. Skullwood's boss is going to be a little bit tough, but Ed and Tam with Master Sword in hand will have probably a little bit easier time dealing with it.
Plus half
just
magic.
Because you could slash them into the spikes instead of having to do spins or hammers.
See, bosses we still have to consider in the pool. We have not seen an Armos.
Nope.
We have not seen Lanmolas.
Nope.
We saw our first Moldorm. Not seen a Helmasaur. We've seen both Arguses, so we don't have to worry about any more of those. We've seen... And we haven't seen a Vitreous. We've seen every other boss, though.
Yeah, the problem right now is, mooglecharm's team being behind, and mooglecharm still checking a few chests along the way, and that's going to add up time. I mean, yes, pulling a Tempered Sword out of one of those chests right now would be a nice advantage, would save you time on bosses in certain kill rooms. But, I don't know, chances are that sword's probably in GT.
So, got a bit of a discussion going on in chat. With this many dungeons, with this many crystal dungeons to do, is it worth the time to go pick up Tempered before doing the rest of the crystals?
With Silver, nah. I don't think there's enough bosses that it would make a difference with. Because, especially with Silvers, because a lot of times you can just use Silvers to take out like the Phase 2, like of Helmasaur. Lambolas are... Yeah, with Silvers you're fine. And yeah, and if you find a Trinex, just use Hammer. I don't think it'd be worth running up just for that. Looks like Mooglecharm's running up just for that. Maybe. Or grabbing the lamp. Oh, well, the thing is, for Moogle, I think they still need
Moogle could never grab Ether, yeah. So this makes sense for him to come up to grab Ether. He can grab his Tempered and Ether at the same time. And he can go grab that lamp if he wants.
Yeah, I would assume grabbing the lamp too. But
yeah, the Meyer Dark Rooms, Do you really want to do Minor Dark Rooms without Lamp?
They're not bad. I mean, if you go buy a blue potion, then you just cape through all of it. Easy peasy. Yeah, unfortunately, it feels like the Double Dippers had a lot of trouble just routing T-Rock and Death Mountain efficiently.
Oh, there's our second boss repeat. Mothula in deserts. So only one more boss can be repeated.
Come on, Trinex. Listen, this is the last race of the regular season. We'll probably get Randomizer in the playoffs for Game 3, since that is an option. But it's so less likely. Let's go out with a bang! Ice Trinex has the possibility of swaying a race just like that. Does Werf really not have any bottles? I find that hard to believe.
Somebody in chat said that.
Huh. The Madman! Well, yeah, so far, based on the bosses we've seen, you'd save a little bit of time on Moth, you'd save a little bit of time on Moldorm. That's about it. Oh, nice. Is that a quad kill? Oh, that Fire Rod kill.
Okay, mooglecharm is picking up the lamp.
Good, 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 good.
Yeah, the crystal advantage stays with Did You Check Your Boots? 7 crystals done on their side compared to 5 on Double Dipper's side.
Ed about to go finish out Thieves Town and then Skull Woods. And, I mean, Thieves Town's pretty quick. Skull Woods will be interesting, though, just because of that gold stair.
So as we finish off this race, a reminder of what's on the line here. 11 playoff spots decided. Last playoff spot will be decided by this race. Winner gets it.
Yeah, if Double Dippers were to take the win here, both teams would tie in score with a tied number of wins, but Double Dippers has the tiebreaker advantage over Did You Check Your Boots? So. Hey, we got a video. It's gone.
Oh yeah, to talk about the full of that tiebreaker.
No, we don't have to do that.
Oh.
No,
Well,
just go ahead.
It would be a 3-way tiebreaker between Did You Check Your Boot, they vetoed our acronym, and Double Dippers if Double Dippers were to win. And in that case, Double Dippers would take the tiebreaker based on a 3-1 record against the other two teams. They vetoed our acronym would be 2-2. Did You Check Your Boot would be 1-3. So Did You Check Your Boot needs to win this to just outright take the last playoff spot.
Yeah, fire out everything. Heck yeah. Keep going. You got plenty of magic. Get him.
Alright, Ed's got Argus down in Thieves Town. There's his silvers. That's his second crystal.
You know, if there was one thing...
Oh, sorry, that's his third crystal. Sorry.
that I think these players would be hoping for would be a Tunic upgrade.
Yeah, you definitely would love to have Blue Mail at least.
Especially
but you got a Godmire.
Especially if you're the two players on the top who have, still less than 10 hearts.
We got Helmasaur in Meyer. This one's not so bad, but Werf does have to be careful. 1 heart. Step a little too far into that goo, and you're taking another trip through Meyer.
Yeah, any damage he takes here would be a killer. Oh wow, interesting. Going for this instead of just going for the silver. I guess this is safer, so I'm okay with it.
All right.
The lead continues to build. What are we at now?
Fifth crystal. I guess it's a 9-6 lead. Tam taking on Cold Stare. Still has to be has to be careful. One more hit will probably take him out.
Wait. Did that icicle do 2 hearts? Does it normally do 2 hearts on Green Mail?
I'm not sure. He did have a fairy, so.
Huh.
But he still has to be careful again. Okay, he's through it.
Alright, this is nice. I mean, I gotta say, this is a significant difference compared to the last race between these two when it comes to executing out these bosses, so...
As Tam finishes off Cold Stare, mooglecharm has Helmasaur down. Over on Ed's side, let's watch his Cold Stare fights. He's down to a heart and a half.
Yeah,
take a blue potion.
Those icicles are not being friendly. I mean, it's a smaller arena, so avoiding the ice is a lot harder. Just wailing with those fire rod shots.
Cold Stare down. That was probably the cleanest Cold Stare fight we've seen. So we've seen all the Crystal Dungeon bosses at this point. We have not seen our second repeats. Or our third repeat, sorry.
Yeah, Werf just has to finish Ice, then flew over to finish Eastern. Tam is in the right area, just has to do Mire, and then Mirren finish Desert.
So... Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's fine. There's stuff on the screen that can do what I'm doing right now. What are you gonna say?
So I was just thinking about our GT bosses. We know there's gonna be a Landmolas in GT. So we have not seen one yet. We know there's gonna be an Armos in GT. We don't know what the third boss is, and I think we might have just ruled out Ice Trinox because Landmola and Armos has to be in GT and they cannot be in the Moldorm 2 room.
Oh. I don't like that.
Whatever's in the Moldorm 2 room will be a repeat. And will not be Mothula or Argus. Well, it can't be Argus.
So, probably second Helma, Cold Ceravity.
We do know the pod boss was a
Or
Trinox.
Moldorm. It could be another Moldorm. Could be really boring with another Moldorm. Man, I hate when you use logic to ruin my day and ruin my Ice Trinox streams, but that's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I'll get over it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
We still have action to watch here, though. We could get there could still be some pretty brutal bosses at Moldorm 2. Ooh, lag room on mooglecharm's side.
So many stupid enemies. Alright, there's another crystal grab for werfjig.
Werfjig just needs the Eastern Crystal. Tam just needs to finish Mire and then do Desert.
What was the boss of Eastern?
Boss of Eastern... I can't remember off the top of my head now.
Was that a Moldorm?
No, that was not, because it wasn't a
We have seen one Moldorm.
Yeah, we did see a Moldorm. Okay, Chat's saying it was Argus. That was our second Argus.
There's so many bosses dying at this moment. I can't keep track of it all.
What we need to keep track of is Tam has a 6th crystal. mooglecharm picks up his 5th. Ed is heading for his 5th.
So I'm kind of interested to consider what exactly took place this race up until this point to put Did You Check Your Boot in a pretty okay lead.
I honestly just think it was efficiency.
Yeah.
Like, they had some better boss fights. They made some more efficient checks, and I think that just paid off for them.
Yeah, because I don't think they did any of Smith Chain. I don't think. I think that's the only thing that I can think of for that. But yeah, like, I just remember on Double Dipper's side, a lot of weird routing up on Death Mountain, Ed dying in T-Rock twice, and then saving quitting out instead of grabbing Ether, so having to go back and get that later. mooglecharm routing and forgetting Ether and routing in Lamp later as well. Just those kind of little time losses add up in a seed like this.
Head charging through the portal to do Mire, as mooglecharm just has a go mode Ice Palace.
Yeah, and with no big key and you want to do Icebreaker, you gotta remember to head back here to hit the switch. Well, I, for one, gotta say, up to this point, this has been an awesome season of the league. For me as a player, it's been somehow more relaxing than last season. I've enjoyed it. It was fun. I've enjoyed seeing all the new teams come out of nowhere, especially in the Open League. Seeing how a bunch of the teams from last season fared in this season in the Invitational. And I'm looking forward to seeing who makes top 4 of the Open League and makes it into Invitational next season. And I'm interested to see who's going to be our winner of the Invitational as well.
Alright, Vitreous is down. That's 7 crystals for werfjig, and I think we might as well start this up.
We've got time. Do the thing.
Get your guesses in chat. 22 chests. Where's the GT big key? And you gotta remember, as you're putting these guesses in, werfjig will get there first, but werfjig and Tam are probably gonna be in there at a reasonably close time, so it probably is not gonna be the last chest.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward because they'll obviously try and do something differently to try and clear as much areas as they can. So we might not even get to a full 21 chests for werfjig. But I'm not gonna argue about the semantics of the GT Big Key guessing game. Yeah, well, you know what I just noticed? The other thing about this is, I'm assuming they're still gonna grab Tempered.
Oh yeah, of course. You're gonna grab Tempered. It's free, you know exactly where it is. I would assume
this way of doing it is probably still faster than going up to the Hera portal.
Yeah, I was thinking about it as they were climbing, and you have to do an extra mirror no matter what. Because if you go through Hera, you got a mirror to get to Hera. So, yeah, I think this is still faster.
I mean, the difference is that you don't have to go through a cave at all, though.
That's true.
So, I'd almost say the Hera portal one's probably faster. But what do I know?
Yeah, Werf is gonna go for that Tempered Sword. Got a few extra seconds to get some last second guesses in.
Man, this is really nice. Tempered Sword right before GT. I feel like these runners are spoiled. But then again, still no blue mail, so that's kind of surprising.
Alright, werfjig gonna be the first one into GT.
It's not gonna be spot number 1. Alright, JP, for this one, we're gonna count it as a team. Alright, so that's 1. We're changing the rules. Sorry, guys. Rules don't matter.
I don't want to start a riot.
Too late. Chest number 2 is arrows. Chest number 3 is small key. I'm changing the rules. I've altered the deal. What number is that? And that.
I think we just go by werfjigs.
And that. What number is that? Is that the big key right there? It's Bombos!
I'm really confused now.
Why? Tam hasn't opened up more than 2 chests. It's just math, man. Math! That's not the big key.
That would be the big key.
By the way...
Actually, okay.
Oh, big key on right side?
Yeah, big key on right side. Tam found it.
Alright. Chest is that, chat. Oh, just type in a number. I guess we'll never know what was that Ice Trinex. Shame.
So if you're going by team points, it would be 9, but if you're going by werfjig fully, it would be 8.
Okay, just put in the answer, run the bot again, stop it again. Wait, no, that doesn't work. Oh, it was a Vitreous here. Okay. Chat was so wrong. They said Argus. What a bunch of dummies.
I'm kind of just confused right now if we should go by just the normal number, which is going to be 8. Kuchiri made the decision for us.
Cool. Alright, chat. You can't be mad at us. We didn't do anything. We're just talking. Alright! Well, that is mooglecharm's last crystal. We have a gauntlet climb ahead of us on Did You Check Your Boots side. It's not over yet. We have seen things happen here. In GT, there is always the chance of a wall master up at the top to switch things up. Or, you know, a tough boss at Molten 2. Or a GT despawn. Of course, we don't wish these ill things upon our players. We just want them to do well and have fun. But it would make things interesting. More interesting.
Yeah, for Double Dippers to keep up, they'll need... mooglecharm basically needs to go full right. I think there was a small key in the first room on the right, so...
Now, the other thing to consider is I actually don't know what... hey, there's the Armos. I actually don't know what the contents of Tam's bottles are.
And we know werfjig doesn't have bottles.
So he has 0 contents of those bottles.
Tam did have a fairy in a bottle that he used. I don't know if he refilled it, though. So we will not be seeing a land molas in this seed.
Good. I don't want to.
Yeah, at this point, it's Tam and werfjig's race to lose as long as they execute up the gauntlet and through the rest of GT.
Yeah, this gauntlet's been pretty nice, Randomizer-wise. I mean, even just putting a Mimic there at Torches 1 is nothing. It's just nothing.
And mooglecharm is going full right, so he's going to get the big key pretty quick. Tam not checking anything else. So we're going to get a mean boss at Molten 2, or are we going to get a nice boss?
Come on, Cold Stare. Yay!
It is Cold Stare, a somewhat mean boss.
That's not too bad. Tempered Sword, Fire Rod, Half Magic.
Don't want to fall, though.
I guess the only downside is if you don't have any potions, you have literally no magic for Ganon at this point.
Yeah, if he doesn't have a potion, he's gonna have to get some magic before dropping into the Ganon fight. Last room, this one can be messy if there's a Wall Master in it.
The hesitation. I think
Looks-
I think we're clear. There's no wall.
Yeah, I think we're no wall master.
That's smart. The waiting just in case.
Oh, that too. His teammate points out he was trying to get some magic.
Oh, is he in the voice call with them? I didn't think so.
I would hope
I
not.
didn't think so. Alright. Agatute down for Tam. werfjig heading into the Moldern 2 fight, which is a cold stare. Ed getting his Tempered Sword, entering GT as mooglecharm is just now really starting the gauntlet. So this is obviously, did you check your boots? Game to lose. And just a reminder, lot on the line here. Winner of this moves on to the playoffs to face WJP DTB.
Werf's got to be careful. Another cold stare puff hit, and he's climbing again.
No problem.
Yeah, Tam is searching for magic. Oh, nice health refill for werfjig there.
Yeah, fortunately for Tam, running off to get magic is not going to be too costly, so...
And Tam has a 8-heart green mail Ganon fight coming too. With tempered and silvers, it's not too bad, but this is still not this is not a given fight. We never found any mail upgrades in the seed.
Nope. Don't exist, clearly.
Alright, Tam first into the Ganon fights. Doesn't get the 1 cycle, but he'll get a 2 cycle phase 1. Not a good position for phase 2, though. With potions, he can just use the cape. Now, werfjig, I think he also needs to go get some magic.
Nah, you got enough.
Because he's going for it.
Just gotta use your lamp if you need to. Another downward-facing Ganon.
Phase 4 for Tam. There's 2 arrows, 3rd arrow. That's 4 arrows for Tam.
All right. This is looking like Did You Check Your Boot is going to potentially be taking this last match of the Invitational League's regular season and clinching that playoff spot. Tam walking through the door first. Finishing with a time of 127.08. GG's.
It's just down to werfjig. werfjig needs to finish off the race. Down to 2.5 hearts and only a little magic. Through the worst of the fight, but he still has to be careful. Well, mooglecharm taking on cold stare. Alright. Not going to get the torch glitch, but that may not be important here.
No. A little late on that slash. Not going to be able to get a nice double there, but going to get a double here. Might have to wait for another torchlight. Yep. But that's going to lead to the fourth arrow. A dead Ganon. Our second runner to finish. And the second member of Did You Check Your Boot to finish. Most importantly. JP, I think we have our 12... I think we have our 12 spots, bud.
I believe so. With both of those two runners finishing in first and second, that solidifies their win. werfjig finishing with an official time of 1:28:30.
Well done. What a wild scene. Sword Go mode. Hammer and Hype Cave. A required pendant Turtle Rock. For an ice rod that we never used. And flippers. That was actually, and a mirror. Those are the things that we actually wanted. Yeah, well done to Did You Check Your Boot? Mooglecharm of Double Dipper is about to head into the Ganon fight. Ed's still making his way up the gauntlet. And it looks like they are going to go ahead and finish this one out as well. Kudos to them. Well, that was fun. What a way to end the regular season.
Yep. With that, we have our 12 playoff teams. As we're finishing off, let's go ahead and go through the teams quick. So, in the Kakariko division, we have...
Wait, do we want to spoil it? In case people want to watch JP? I'm just speaking out loud here.
Okay, let's ask chat quick. Do you want to know?
If one person answers, everyone answers. That one person will answer for literally everyone in chat right now. Who will it be? Tell us. People are saying tell us. I'm gonna say we shouldn't. I think is there gonna be a reveal thingy?
I don't know.
Can we get like an admin to come in and like say cool stuff? I don't know. I don't know how this usually works. But mooglecharm finishing off Ganon, going to be finished with a time of 1:30:52. There's something on the schedule for Tuesday. Ooh. Fancy. Okay. All right. JP, you do your thing, man. I don't know.
No, everyone's got me worried that there might be something.
Let me see if I can get Did You Check Your Boot in here for chit chat.
We do have Ed still needing to finish up the Aga 2 fight and Ganon fight.
Hey, Fear.
Hey, how's it going?
Can we invite our winners to interview?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you.
I heard a call for an admin, so I came running.
Well, we were just talking if there's going to be anything to reveal the bracket, or if we can talk about the bracket here.
Yeah, talk about the bracket here. We are going to have a season 3 recap and playoff preview on Tuesday at 1 p.m. So
Okay.
similar to our reveal stream, it'll be set up like that. So
Okay.
just a way to kind of celebrate the season and everyone that's participated, and then take a look at who's going to have a chance of making their way up to the Invitational and who can win this whole thing.
Sweet. Looking forward to that. I wonder if this will work.
We are just trying to get our runners in here as Ed falls into the Ganon fight. Did do a death warp, but I think that was just to restore some health.
there like a speed gaming button you press?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Okay, sorry. And we have our winners of the race. Members of Did You Check Your Boot, Tam and werfjig. GG's. Congrats. And hello.
GG's.
We also have mooglecharm joining us as well as Ed finishes off his Ganon fight.
Hey, GG's, guys. Nice race.
GG's Moogle.
So were you guys expecting a sword go mode seed at all? And an
Not
eddaump?
I really hated the sword go mode with that the sword that we found on Ether tablet, just because it's like, well, there's one less in the pool. Now it just could be anywhere. It reminded me of a different seed I played where someone checked Lumberjack and saw one there, and then I was sword go mode and clear GT and couldn't find it. So it was a lot of relief when we went to Swamp and found it there. Oof.
All of the places I made at that point felt really weird, like the flippers checks. But I really wasn't sure what the best course of action was.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty interesting seed, kind of pushing everyone towards. Yeah, I
Sorry.
just saw that on screen. That's rough. You can do it, Ed.
No!
That was like the end of phase 3, wasn't it? Ouch.
He was in the Silvers phase.
Oh yeah. I mean, no one getting any male upgrades. That's like the roughest thing. I mean, that and the late swords are probably about the roughest things about the seed. It seemed. Most of the bosses were pretty generous.
I had some trouble on some bosses.
That's easy. We had so many bottles, there was nothing to worry about.
Yeah, Werf, all
Yeah.
you and all your bottles.
We all had bottles. I thought about after Bonk Rocks, I thought about going to get the bottle in the mushroom spot, and I think as I was dashing that direction, I bonked, and I was like, nope, not gonna do it. Too much time.
I bonked. It's over.
It's over.
Live without him. Hey, I mean, you made it work. Yeah. Now that I think about it, there were some kind of tough. You know, the cold stare at Skullwoods was a little rough.
The Gold Stare at Moldorm 2.
Oh, yeah.
Having to, and Tam running out of magic.
That was really, really silly of me.
Yeah, fortunately it didn't cost you anything. So, but
I was like, yep, I have so much magic, I'm gonna kill this guy, and I killed him. And I realized I didn't actually have a magic potion, and I had no magic.
yeah, I was kind of shocked that I don't. Aside from you getting that potion there, I don't know if anyone went out of their way to buy potions.
I filled up on fairies when I went to
You
look
did?
for
Okay.
stones.
Yeah, I thought I saw
Yeah, I did
Moogle
once.
use a blue one on stream before Ganon. I think.
True. Yeah, you're right. I did see that. That's true.
Yeah, I used my red one on Cold Stare and Skullwoods, and then ended up buying 2 later.
It's a good use of all that money you got.
Yeah.
I got at one point 300 on catfish, and I passed it up, but I realized I probably could have actually.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I
potions.
was like, there's potion money right there. See ya. Yeah, the seed was pretty interesting. It was another one of those like early books to lead you into Dark World access,
Mhm.
which I feel like that's. I'm not going to say it's been happening a lot, and then say PRNG, but just I feel like it's been happening a lot in PRNG.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I am really, really glad that werfjig wasn't like a minute or two slower to the fire rod. Because I think if he had found fire rod when I was already in Turtle Rock, I wasn't going to turn back.
You know what's funny is I was thinking about hammer jumping, and then I'm like, I have the keys, I'll go through the top, and that definitely would have been like the 10-15 seconds before like that you needed to get in the turtle rock,
yeah.
I think. Yeah.
That would have been pretty close. Because I was already going through the first screen of Death Mountain when you found it.
Yeah, that fire rod being in the back there, that was the only thing that ended up being in pod that was worth anything. I think that and Burna, but Burna's whatever.
I don't think I ever used it. Oh no, I
Yeah.
killed one with it. Yeah.
Oh,
I think.
nice.
Or was that a different seed?
I
played-
don't know.
I played 3 co-op seeds today, so everything's kind of
That's
running
too
together.
many.
It's too
Oh,
many.
were you guys practicing?
Yeah, we had some
Hey,
last
we
minute
didn't
practice.
lose a single one of them.
That's true.
Nice. All right, and Ed does take out Ganon, sword up in the air, and we'll wrap up this race for our 4 runners and the last once we've said it like several times, the last race of the regular season of the Invitational League. So GG's to Ed in finishing that. Yeah, it felt also kind of. I mean, the safeties were there early half magic, early cape. It was all just no. The hearts were kind of low for a while. Like I don't think anyone got more than 10 hearts. Or 11 hearts, maybe.
Werfjig had as many more hearts than I did, as I had.
Oh, you have
balls over
12. I
him,
see.
So
we didn't communicate hearts very. I didn't communicate hearts very well. I
Clearly.
don't know where they all came from, but I got super lucky.
I had like the red potion for so long, and then the fairy refill. I didn't really care too much about hearts.
Yeah, that was good getting that bug net out of
Mhm.
Zora, off of Zora,
Yeah.
and using that. You never know what safeties you're going to need, and when it comes to Enemizer and Boss Shuffle, those are always nice to have.
Yeah, we did a practice here earlier where we didn't get powder at all, and powder is so good in Randomizer.
Yeah, it can make
So
a
having
big difference.
powder pretty early was nice.
We also welcome Ed to the voice call. GG's Ed.
Hey, GG's guys.
GG's.
GG.
This I'd say this race was kind of for a while it was really hard to tell who was where and who was winning and whatnot. I think it was at the point where I was okay. Three players have the boots, so I'm gonna just say that Did You Check Your Boot is in the lead because they have the boots, and the other team only has one. And I think it's kind of hard to say exactly what pushed you guys more into the lead as time went on, because there wasn't any really big mess ups or mistakes or goofs or anything. There wasn't any really bad boss deaths, I don't think, until the end.
Well, the one thing that we had to climb the mountain twice because we didn't mirror out a TR properly, and then climb up on the east side of the mountain to go get
Yeah.
That definitely cost some time.
I remember seeing that because I think, Ed, you had a little bit of trouble in the back of T-Rock and took 2 deaths and then save and quit out instead of just mirroring, dropping down, going up through Super Bunny. And then I think Moogle just pieced out after getting flippers as well.
Yeah, actually, that was actually the reason that I finished Tower Rock, was to get to Ether quicker
Yeah, that's what we
and
figured.
do some checks along the way.
And then other than that, I think it just... I would have to give Did You Check Your Boot a little bit of the... I don't know, I feel like they had a little bit better execution towards the end once we had our sword go mode and we were just working towards the end there. So, and I was interested because mooglecharm, you were checking a couple extra chests in Swamp. Were you just hoping for like a blue armor or a free tempered sword or something?
Well, because I was still on 7 hearts, I think, at the time, so I was hoping just for some hearts or a mail upgrade or something.
Yeah, because
I didn't get anything on the way.
That's a Ganon hug right there. Yeah, it was a fun race. If JP got anything for him?
I think you covered most of it. Well, next week, Did You Check Your Boots? Guess who you're facing?
Yeah, let's go.
Probably
In fact, you got
way too good for us.
In fact, we've got 2 of the matchups in here right now. I'll be facing off against werfjig in game 1, and Willard's going to be facing off against Tam in game 3. And I know we've had Revenant and DT in chat who will be facing off game 2.
Tam, I hope you're excited for some Randomizer.
Oh my, please, no, please. Well, I hope you're excited for some swordless.
Ooh. Touche. All right. Well, this was an exciting race. It was fun to watch it come down to this. Could have gone either way, obviously. And both teams have had... What is the record all time now between you guys? Because you guys faced off
4, 5,
last
and
season
1
as well.
Yeah, I think we split last season. We had our first playoff round against them, and then Moogle and I tied.
Which is impressive.
In game 5.
I think it was an all dungeon seed too. So we tied in all dungeons, and then we had to replay under the same settings. And So that's we had a 6-game playoff series against them.
It was a marathon.
Yeah,
I remember that. It was
I
good.
was so tired of them. But yeah, hopefully we get them in the same division next
season.
Next season.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun playing these guys.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
awesome.
We're going to be rooting for you guys. Hopefully, you guys do well.
Hey.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
that's fair. That's fair.
Got him.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for racing and letting us talk at you guys racing. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks for putting in the restream and commentating and tracking.
Yeah, big
Yep,
shout
same
outs to our 2 trackers, NY Rambler and Will WC, both members from the Open League. I think they said that they had fun in the Open League. Yeah? Yes? You guys can respond. Oh, Rambler, he can't even hear me. Never mind. And yeah, of course, thank you to JP for tricking me into comment with him. That was fun.
I mean, I just said I was signing up. You didn't.
I know. I saw that. I was like, you know what? That'd be a good race to commentate. So glad I did.
But yeah, thanks for commentating as well. So, as Fear Agent mentioned earlier, we will have a special little show on Tuesday, I believe it's at 1 p.m. Eastern, that will be a recap of Season 3, plus a look ahead to the playoffs. I think I'll just leave the playoff teams for that, and I'm not going to go through them all right now. We do have actually one more race still going for the Open League to finish off this season. Coming up at 8 or 9:10 Eastern, we have Ambiguously Canon Content versus Ganon is Sus on the ALTTPR League channel. Looks like it's Danny Music and Brackar versus Bread and Blue Crayon. And that will round up the league completely for this season. At least the regular season, of course. We still have the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm just going to step in and say a big shout outs to everyone that volunteered and ran this season. We had a lot. It's been our most successful season of the 3 that we've had so far. Splitting it up into the Open and the Invitational was a worry, but it turned out to be the best thing to happen for the league because we've had so much participation, and it sounds like everyone has had a lot of fun with it. And so as an admin team, we just want to thank all the volunteers, all the commentators, all the trackers, of course, all the runners for putting on such good races, SpeedGaming for hosting this. And yeah, the end of the regular season, and we're just getting started for the playoffs, so it's going to be fun. Don't want to miss out.
Give it up for Fear. And the admin team, yeah. No, big shout outs. Big shout outs to all them. That's a lot of work putting something like this on. So thank you guys for all the work you do.
Yeah, definitely thanks to our admin team as well. They have done a lot of work between this league and the Open League to, put together a great season. And, as the regular season comes to a close, we still have playoffs. We still have a lot of matches to go and lots to be decided. These playoffs are going to be very close. We've seen, just looking at the standings this season, we've seen a lot of upsets. A lot of teams we thought would be in the playoffs didn't make it. But we also have some surprises of teams we thought might not make it, but did. So we've got a very interesting playoff bracket coming up.
Should be fun. Looking forward to watching and participating.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to watching the playoffs after week 1.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Tam.
I didn't even catch that at first. That's funny.
All right. But I think we should wrap it up. As I said, go watch that last league race on the ALTTPR League channel. And come to join us back here on Tuesday for that special to wrap up Season 3 and get us ready for the playoffs.
It's been a blast. See you in the next one. Bye, everyone.